Last December, you may remember that we announced that our Advent Giving project for 2021 was going to be called Frontline Wellness and Recovery, where we set out to raise $10,000 for the Mustard Seed and Sanctuary Youth Centre, which are two of our missional partners right here in Victoria. Here's a clip of Scott explaining what it was all about.
So goes towards supporting the Mustard Seed and Sanctuary Youth, two vital organizations in our city that are walking with men and women who find themselves in a hard place. Many of them living on the streets, needing day-to-day survival and resources. And COVID and the fentanyl crisis have just brought so much pain, tragedy, and trauma for the workers there at Sanctuary Youth Center and at Mustard Seed. And so all of our giving in this Advent project is going to go towards helping an initiative to come alongside of the frontline workers with these two street ministries to help them be sustained and cultivate resilience in the long term.
Now, I am pleased to announce that we did meet our fundraising target. We raised $10,887 and I think 49 cents. Now, in an ideal world, we would have invited Darin, Reimer from Sanctuary Youth Centre and Reverend Stephen Bell from the Mustard Seed along to Lambrick on a Sunday and done the whole shebang, given them a big check and streamers coming down and stuff. But we felt like we wanted to keep things a little bit more 2020s. And so we had a meeting on Zoom where we invited Darin and Stephen to share a little bit about their hopes for how the money will change things for their workers and volunteers. And we prayed for them and we put the check in the mail.
All right, my name is Darin Reimer, and I'm Executive Director at Sanctuary Youth Center and Cornerstone Youth Society. And I've been doing that for 8 years now, and I'm happy to be part of the leadership team at the Drop-In Center, which serves vulnerable youth of our city.
Hi friends, my name is Reverend Stephen Bell. I've been involved with ministry for about 17 years now, mainly working with the Salvation Army, but very, very happy to be working over here at the Mustard Seed Street Church. So over the course of the last 2 years, going into 3 years, it seems, obviously COVID-19 has had a huge, huge impact on the Victoria and Greater Victoria area. But also because so many people right now are requiring food, we are looking at approximately the equivalent of 10% of Victoria coming to our doors now, which is just such a high demand, and our staff have been doing such a good job at working overtime, being there, making sure that people are able to be fed. But of course, after 24 months, it begins to take a toll. So obviously a big part of what we're going to be doing with the funding that so generously came from Lambrick Park Church is working with Sanctuary to bring in professionals who are able to help us with things like boundaries training and making sure that we know the signs of burnout, learning how to work better as a team, but then also other things that are needed for the area directly in front of us, like naloxone training and CPR. The goal is between this March and next March that there is a different program or a different training being offered every month.
Oh, wow.
So that's the long-term goal, and this funding has certainly helped to make sure that that happens. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much.
I feel like we're benefiting with partnering with the Mustard Seed, just piggybacking on what experience you have, the Mustard Seed has in working with a street population. And we're just so thankful to be part of this conversation, part of this training and equipping our staff. We remained open throughout the entire pandemic except for one weekend, but we found that youth, because of what circumstances youth are going through, there's increased experimenting with drugs, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, and we feel excited to be there on the front lines, but we're disturbed by what we're seeing. We ourselves need to be cared for, and I sometimes think we forget that. We're so busy doing what we need to be doing that we forget to care for ourselves. And this is a good good reminder, an interruption, if you want to call it that, requiring us to stop and to take a self-assessment and care for ourselves. But I think that that will have a trickle-down effect on the youth that we serve. And we're seeing youth that are struggling with the loss of their friends, friends of theirs, peers of theirs who have passed away, and they're really troubling. They're having a hard time coping themselves. And I wonder if by walking through this ourselves, we might be able to be an example for them and mentor them along a road to health as well. So there's a couple layers I'm looking at as far as this is concerned. So we're just so thankful to be part of this.
So I hope, like me, you find Darin and Stephen's plans for how this money is going to be used really, really exciting. And I hope that you'll be joining me in prayer for these two important ministries in the days and months to come.